Hey Scrappers, it's Tom from the iScrap app, and wherever you're watching us this week, we welcome you to our weekly report, where you can learn about scrap metal prices, news, ask us questions about materials, or ask our advice on the markets. If you're looking to ask those questions, ask us whether it's live or after, and we'll always get you those answers. Come on in, let's go talk scrap.
Hey Scrap World, it's Tom from the iScrap app, and today is Wednesday, March 9th, 2022. We hope that you've been enjoying some of the interviews that we've been pushing out there, and just like we said last week, we hope that everything, in the Ukraine-Russia situation is as calm as possible. We know that that's a very heavy ask, but it is affecting commodities prices, and of course we want to be able to mention it. And if you're able to support the Red Cross that's out there helping, by all means, please do. So here we are looking at the markets, and we're trying to figure out what the hell is going on, because it has been really crazy. I mean, copper, for instance, one of the charts that we have in our weekly report shows that we've had over $1.10 worth of copper swings per pound over the last 5 days. Tom, how did that happen? Well, last week we saw the market jump from a trading level of $4.50. Monday morning, it topped out at $5.02 for an all-time record high. And here we are Wednesday morning, we have a market down to $4.61. So you saw 50 cents up, 40 cents down, but then you saw jumps in between happening, and those are all the things that are contributing to these price swings. Why is this happening? Well, when you have war happening and it's going to affect commodities, it's going to affect oil, it's going to affect the world markets, it's obviously going to hit the commodity market in a really hard way, especially when you're talking about Russia and the gas prices and the commodity prices, they're all tied together. And when we see these markets tied together, we're immediately looking at selling, because when you see instability in the market, that's why almost everything that we recommend this week is a sell, except maybe insulated copper wire. But when you see a really unstable market, that means that you're going to have problems up and down, and I'll tell you why. When scrapyards see the prices go up that fast, while you may think that they're really happy, as a scrapyard owner, I get very hesitant and very scared. If I change my prices too quickly and I buy a bunch of material, I might not be able to sell it. I talked to multiple traders last week, Thursday, Friday, and then Monday, when these copper prices are really high, and a few of them were not taking any orders. Now, that was just really focused in on with the nickel markets yesterday. Stainless steel made up mostly of nickel. We saw nickel markets increase 60% over a 2-hour period, and the London Metal Exchange, where the metals are traded and contracted, they halted trading on the nickel market. I read an article that a company out of China lost $8 billion on a hedge because the nickel markets went so high. This leads traders to pulling back, saying, you know what, I'm not going to make money this week, but I'm certainly not going to lose money this week. And when they do that, that leads the scrapyards to not buying as aggressively. It also gives us the inability to sell like we normally would, because people that are now buying this, whether it's speculation or trying to get their own contracts with the mills and traders are not just handing out contracts just because you have material. Because if they don't have a timeline or they see drastic price swings, they're not sure how they're going to be able to sell it on the other side, and that affects prices too. Now, when you take all of these things and you roll them together with all-time aluminum highs, stainless steel prices would be at an all-time record high if they didn't halt the trading yesterday, but that increased dramatically. Copper prices hit all-time record highs. When you hear all-time record highs for multiple metals, that's not good in this setting. If it was a regular world with business moving forward, supply and demand being a little offset where they need more because they're doing more production of electric vehicles, more charging stations, things like that, that would be a positive sign of price increases. These price increases are due to inflationary pressures, war, and uncertainty, and those are three things that we do not like. And it couldn't be more seen than it is inside of the catalytic converter world. When we get back from this short commercial, I'll tell you about some of the prices that we've seen through rrcats.com on the trading levels and why they are where they are.
When taking pictures of your catalytic converters, there are multiple things that you want to do. Make sure while handling the catalytic converters that you're wearing gloves. But when you're taking pictures of the catalytic converters, make sure that you have a clear background underneath the cats. By taking pictures from the top down, you'll be able to send those and then flip the cat over and send both sets of pictures to the team at rrcats.com. If there are serial numbers on the catalytic converters, please take pictures of those serial numbers for quicker and more accurate quoting. If the serial number has rust on it, use a little steel wool, rub the rust off, and then take a picture of the serial number. There could be serial numbers on the shields, stamped on the cats, so make sure you send any and all pictures of those serial numbers so we can get you quoted as quickly as possible.
So these precious metal prices for palladium, rhodium, and platinum generally are based off of world demand. Now, the platinum prices increased dramatically over the last week and a half because, like gold, platinum is a haven for investors during uncertain periods of time. So we saw the platinum prices from $980 all the way up to $1,150 per ounce, an increase of about 20%. Now, that has already eroded to around $1,050 per ounce just in about a one-day period, which was about a 9% pullback. That's just talking about platinum. Now, palladium, which we highlighted last week, 40% of the world's palladium is mined out of Russia. Well, with the world and businesses cutting off ties with Russia, we still need that palladium to be able to put into catalytic converters, to put into semiconductors, and to use throughout the world. Now, if you eliminate 40% of the new supply coming into the market, that means that you need to make that up somewhere. And what happens is palladium in catalytic converters becomes more valuable because less new product is going to come onto the market. That's led the palladium prices to increase about 30% over the last few weeks. We have a chart inside of this week's report showing you exactly that. So we saw palladium prices going all the way up to over $2,300 an ounce in a very short period of time. Now, while it's slowly starting to pull its way back because there are talks going on between the Ukraine and Russia, which is a positive sign, we still saw a massive amount of instability. And moving into the rest of 2022, even if there was an immediate ceasefire, so many companies have said, no, we're not going to deal with Russia, we're not going to buy from Russia. That's still going to cause an inflationary push on the palladium prices, so that's going to keep the catalytic converter values higher. Now, rhodium was kind of grouped into these commodity swings over the last few days, and we did see it jump from about 17 to 18,000 per ounce over 21,000, but that's already pulled itself back. And before we started this video, it was around 18,800 per ounce, just to show really quick swings. 10 to 15% swings are happening day to day or every other day right now. Now, with free shipping all month long from rrcats.com, you should definitely capitalize on this market where prices for average cats are really creeping their way up. And with free shipping on anything from aftermarket cats to, a torpedo cat, give the team at rrcats.com a chance to show you how they hold their prices, how they give really stable markets, and they're able to teach you more things about the catalytic converter prices. Now, overall, we've seen the gas prices hit all-time record highs, and of course, this is going to hurt not only your wallet for regular commutes, but also your long-term buying power. Grocery stores are going to have prices go up. New car values are going to go up, electronics, and so on and so forth. The transitionary inflation period that the Biden administration has talked about is becoming more of a thing that's not transitioning and not going away. So the inflationary prices that hit the metal markets, that are hitting the wheat and the oil markets and all different foods, they're going to have an impact in the long term. And that's why we're seeing a lot of rumblings back and forth with the markets. Now, it seems such a short time ago that we were just dealing with regular markets in 2019. And over the last 2+ years, we've really seen a lot of instability and uncertainty. And that leads leads investors to having really big ups, but unfortunately really, really big downs, just like we illustrated with both the copper and the rhodium markets today. Now, these markets are going to recover and they are going to stabilize, and we should see that, but you still are going to have all these little pieces of news coming back, and all it could take is a bigger war erupting for these commodity prices, for our own historical data to be thrown out the window, because odd times have odd outcomes, and we don't know where the markets are going to go. But if you continue to tune in and download the iScrap app, you'll be getting notifications pushed to you about average prices, about increased market alerts, about things that you might not want to know about. If there's anything that you want us to talk about, let us know, whether it's commenting through YouTube or any of our other social sites, and we'll push out more interviews, whether it's my sister and I, my dad and I, other industry friends, or scrappers. We want to be able to tell you about the scrap markets, teach you about the scrap markets, and more importantly, help you make more money with your scrap. So whether you're utilizing free shipping all month long for rrcats.com, whether you're utilizing the iScrap app to report prices that you've received, or check out other prices that other people have received, it's so easy for you to be able to download it for free, check it out, and once it's on your phone, all you need to do is pull your iScrap app up, and from there, you're going to be able to see all types of prices. You go to price history, you can see all different scrap yards and different prices that have been reported over the last few days. 405, 395, these are all real prices, and by you checking them out or reporting them on your own, you're going to be able to make more money, but more importantly, learn about the market. So make sure you download and use the iScrap app every single day. Scrappers, this is Tom from iScrap. We appreciate you tuning in. Until next week, I'll scrap you later.
Thanks for checking out our scrap videos. By becoming a Patreon supporter today, you'll be entered into monthly giveaways for tools and other products to help you make more money with your scrap.